Welcome back to the Rogers channel. And guys, we're kicking things off yet again with this Clone Trooper Marathon. And the figure today is the GameStop exclusive Star Wars Black Series Clone Commander Fox from the Red Line. I'm not sure why, but I always figured that Fox here was a Target exclusive just because of the obvious colors that he has throughout his armor. But I looked it up as a little refresher online and saw that he was a GameStop exclusive, so that's pretty interesting. And then, of course, looking at the front of this box, you, of course, get the Black Series logo up here, the figure, and the contents right here in this window, this awesome sketch right here in the corner, and his name on the bottom. On this side of the box, you get his name right here. And then in the back, you get that awesome portrait yet again, a description, the Black Series logo, and then a bunch of warnings here on the bottom. It's the exact same thing on the bottom of the box. And then there's also a blank spot on the top. But I'll go ahead and open him up and see what's inside. And here he is out of the packaging. And looking up close, he looks great. Again, just like Rex, I think Fox would also be considered like one of the figures that I've been waiting to, finally reveal here on the channel. He's basically in the same boat. Got him, like I mentioned before, inside like an eBay lot, and haven't opened him since until now. And yeah, it is definitely worth the wait. I love the attention to detail already. He looks fantastic. And then, of course, before I get really into it, I'll just go ahead and review from top to bottom like I always do. Looking at the helmet, it looks awesome. I am a sucker for clone troopers with the little bonnet piece. And, Fox has always been an exception. I love the look already. Seeing the visor right here. The front of his helmet has some nice wear and tear. You can see right there with the discoloration and scratches right here. The back of the helmet, the little antenna right here looks great. And as far as articulation, he is able to move pretty nicely right here on the top of the head. Still no neck articulation, but just on top of the head. So that's pretty much side to side, up and down. Looking at the torso, again, really awesome attention to detail right here, with this like wear and tear to the armor. You can see that there's some discoloration right there, some dirt, even underneath right here. The backing looks great. It comes in this like red and white, sort of like paint job for the armor. And then right here, he does have that Coruscant Guard insignia right here on the left shoulder pad, so that's really nice. And then on the right side, he does have some more wear and tear. But yeah, as far as articulation goes, he does have a ball joint right here in the lower waist, so you get some pretty good movement side to side, back and forward. Looking at the arms, arm goes pretty good, about right there. It is able to go all the way around. Feels like there's almost like a butterfly joint right there. And then he does have a swivel near the shoulder, double elbow, so you get some pretty good poses. And then articulation at the wrist and at the hand. The other side as well, arm sticks out pretty decent. Let's see if I can get a little bit farther. I think the thing that's a little bit troublesome with this figure is the shoulder pads. They aren't really like a moldable plastic or whatever, so it is kind of hard to get it higher than pretty much right there as far as what I'm seeing, which is kind of a bummer because I'm trying to go out as far as I can without messing up his arm. His arm is able to go all the way around, but yeah, I think due to that shoulder pad being not very moldable or flexible, it kind of hurts the articulation a bit. Elbow joint, of course, goes up there, swivel, and then articulation at the wrist, at the hand. And now looking at the waist, he does have this white belt with some little ammo packs right here in front, the two holsters for his pistols, and again, the grenade does not come off but it is colored in this really nice red. And of course, like I said with Rex, the best part about like these types of figures are of course the soft goods, comma. This is really nice to see. And with it being soft goods, of course, you get some better movement, things like that. So really happy to see that they returned, especially with this red lining. I love that. And now moving on to the legs. I feel like he goes a little bit farther than Rex did with the almost full on split. He is able to sit down, and his legs go back pretty far. And he does have a swivel right here in the thighs. And looking at the knee joints, he does have double knees right here. So he gets some pretty good articulation past a kneeling position. And looking at the feet, the boots and the legs, of course, have a lot of wear and tear, some mud as well going throughout it. But the feet themselves look really nice with the change from the red armor to a more, I was about to say cleaner white, kind of clean. But the feet do point down, they do point up a little bit, and then there is rock wrinkles to get some cool action poses. And now moving on to the accessories, he goes with a blaster rifle. And real quick, I did want to point out something very obvious about this rifle. You may already see it, but it has like this really cool like wear and tear, sort of like battle scar look to the rifle. So it's kind of cool seeing that. I'm not sure if that goes along with the exclusiveness to the figure, but I've never seen, this sort of style of, I guess, wear and tear to this type of blaster. We always get in a cleaner black color, but really nice. It's your standard clone rifle, and he is able to hold onto it very nicely, as you can see right there. Up next, he goes a smaller clone rifle, and again, not sure if that's part of the exclusiveness to this figure, but this too, the smaller clone rifle has a lot of like battle scarred sort of look to it with this little bits of like silver, things like that. So it's kind of cool seeing that instead of the cleaner black color that they, mostly come in. And again, he holds onto that blaster rifle very nicely. And finally, he comes with two smaller pistols. I checked over the pistols, and these are the only things that don't have that sort of like, battle scarred look to them. These are the typical black color that they come in, and it has a much cleaner look than the other ones. And yes, he is able to hold them very nicely. But the other thing is, again, just like with Rex, his left arm or hand doesn't have a trigger finger, so you just kind of have to squeeze it in there. And if you're not going to use the pistol, you can easily slide it right here inside of the holster. It's very snug and will come out. And now, as an overview of the figure, I gotta say, just like Rex, Hasbro cooked with this figure. I love the overall look of Commander Fox, being one of my other personal favorite clone troopers throughout the series. They nailed it, and I love the overall color scheme. The accessories are really cool as well, getting a variety of different blasters and stuff, but more so, the general look of the figure tops it all. And I know he recently got a re-release, but this is again the original. I can probably pull up some facts or something, but other than that, this is the original Commander Fox, not the re-release version. So I'm happy to have the OG version. But even the re-release, I'm sure, is just as good. So whether you can get your hands on the original or the re-release version, definitely grab him before he goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this, episode of our clone marathon. And if you guys enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me here on Instagram. And with that said, I'll catch you all on the next one.